The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
Good morning. Good morning. It's Friday, the 7th day of June, 2024. Welcome to Bermuda's daily talk show. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Linda's, and People's Pharmacy. I'm Maya Palacio. She's Sherry Vanderpool, and Taya will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in the news break. Sherry!
I know, Maya. This is a first, right? I think this is history, you and I being on together. So I thoroughly have enjoyed these 2 minutes, without Jamal. Like, this is just absolutely a Friday fun day. And the fun part being Jamal's not here. So we get to do whatever we want and all of that good stuff, Maya. So let's have it.
Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to mark this day in my calendar. I promise you. All right.
Exactly.
It feels really exciting because I do feel like this new, coming into this new little era. I got to be a Teo. Now I'm getting to be a you. And I'm just like, who's next? Who's next?
Exactly. Who wants next? But it's a pleasure to be on with you, Maya. Pleasure.
Pleasure indeed. I want to ask you a question before we actually jump in. In the background, when the music comes on, this is for the audience too. Does anyone dance to our intro? Yes or no?
I do. I do. And when it gets to the end, I have a whole at the end, like a stop. Yeah.
Yeah. Every time. All right. Good morning, everyone. Got some mornings this morning. Shika Randa says, "Good morning, ladies." Ms. Patterson also comes in with a good morning, ladies, as well. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tapping in with us this morning. All right. So, greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us a part of your daily routine. It's a good one today. It's Friday Fun Day. Friday Fun Day, and it's brought to you by our great friends at Mailboxes. And remember that you can actually visit mailboxes.pm/the daily hour to register for 2 years of free membership. All right, so it's an exciting one, and we're going to be discussing favorite childhood activities in Bermuda. Favorite childhood activities in Bermuda. The daily play today is things that you should know. And don't forget to subscribe on our website and follow us on all our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on and help us as we grow beyond the mic, as we do our part to continue to improve our community. All right, so let's jump into it, Sherry. Let's see. So what is your favorite childhood activity?
So when I think of childhood activities, I think of just childhood memories, and I might have a slightly longer memory than yourself, Maya, which is a positive for yourself. But childhood activities, I instantly go into kind of that summer feel. I've always kind of, birthdays in June and just had that summer feel, but it's around. I love to back then skate. I don't know if my knees can take it now, but back then I used to be able to skate. I lived on Mary Victoria Road, so there was a slight hill, and I used to do that. And then went out to PCC to skate at the roller rink back then, the original one. And so skating was a fun childhood activity for me.
So skating isn't like the rollerblades, right?
Like the original skates, like before there was a blade, before
Sorry, not the
sometimes
blade.
there was a whole roller skate. Before it was like, you attach the skate to your shoe. I don't know if you remember that.
The
But
Heelys?
I don't even know the name. They were like metal, and you put your shoe in it, and tide. I'm sure the audience, somebody in the audience can relate to me. That was kind of your beginner skate. It's like having training reels, right? Your beginner skate. And then when the kind of the leather shoe based skate came out with your little pom poms, like, yeah. So that was one of my favorite ones. And going to a playground, Maya, just, being able to just have the freedom of being in a playground and just enjoying it. And the monkey bars and swings and all of that good stuff.
What playground
Before there
did you
was
have growing
padding.
up?
Well, again, up in Marion Victoria Road, we had a playground that was actually in the neighborhood. So that was really fun. Again, before they had padding, it was the security of it probably wasn't the best, but it was fun to be able to just go there and have that freedom.
Nice, nice. All right, a lot of good morning still. Awesome Friday, Maya and Sherry. Good to see you, Sherry. That's come from Suzanne Ingham. Good. Thank you for tapping in this morning, as always, Suzanne. Like, love to have you on the show. Karen Simmons as well. Hey, Sherry and Maya. Glad I tuned in today. Happy to see you both.
So,
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming in. Okay, Shika Reina responds like, my skates were white leather with blue laces.
see, it was a thing, Maya. It was a thing.
Okay, so you know that sometimes they have like the 2 and 2 or like the straight row of 4, like the wheels.
Right. Yeah, I had to have a visual in my head just now, but yes, I remember those things. Yeah, but that was a great childhood activity.
I feel like yeah, similar though. Even though you said we had a little bit of distance, but similar. I did the four wheel skating. I did that a lot with my family, my sisters growing up in Napton Hill, truthfully Smith. So it was actually really really bumpy road, and yet we still were out there on our skates. Marshall's laughing at me. Not the Heelys, Maya. That's what I remember. That's my memory. They came out at the bottom of the back of the hill. Granted, this was probably in middle school for me. Primary or middle school
Okay.
for me when the Heelys came out, and like it just already had it on the sneakers, and all the kids used to pop them out, and then they used to be on their ankles and just rolling. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
yes. Yes, I do. I can see it. Yes.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
that's not what we're talking about, Maya.
I wanted those so badly. I wanted those so badly. Tanya Cheeseman says, I remember Sherry, but like you don't remember the name. I had a pair as well.
See, it was a thing. It was a thing.
Good morning, Wasn't Famous. Karen Simmons comes back with yes, attach the skate to your shoe. Oh my. Yes, like
Hmm.
it'll just attach to any shoe?
Yeah, so it kind of like if you remember going to get your foot measured at
Yeah,
a
yeah,
at a
yeah.
at a shoe, it was a similar concept, but just elevated with wheels and lacings, and there you did. You had skates without having to do much. Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay.
I'm gonna find you a picture after this show, Maya. But I
Please
would
do.
say another one of my childhood favorite activities was going to, and I think we talked about this a little bit, going to the Arboretum. Now, if anybody can recall, there used to be a puppet show actually back then that I think happened during the summertime. And I remember my mom packing up a little picnic, and we'll go to the Arboretum and watch this puppet show. I, for the life of me, cannot remember who put it on or what it was, but it was awesome to have a community event to attend. And again, we didn't live far, so we just walked down to the Arboretum, watched this puppet show, involved ourselves with going to the playgrounds and all of that good stuff, playing around the Arboretum. So yeah.
See, I no, I don't even know what this puppet show would be about. If anyone knows what this puppet show is about, who put it on, please drop it in the comments because I don't know. But answering the question though from the audience, what are your favorite childhood activities from growing up in Bermuda? Marshall says just playing outside, bikes running and jumping and stuff like that. The days
Yeah,
before iPhones existed, right?
exactly.
Yep, yep.
I had a bike as well. I love to ride a bike, and but I never could. You do Papa Wheelies, Maya? Did you ever do anything like that?
Nah, I just did the whole the water bottle, squeeze it, stuff it at the back of your bike so it makes that noise, that engine noise on your
Oh,
bicycle.
okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Vaguely, I think we used to put tennis balls in our wheels, and I think that was just, to make it look flashy. I was
Tennis
real cool
balls.
because I yeah, tennis
So like
balls.
when it goes on, it looks
Yeah, looks
kind of
kind of
cool.
you look kind of cool.
Hey.
I was real fancy. I actually had a radio, ironically, where my mother found this or my dad found it, I don't know, but a radio attached to the top of my bike, and you couldn't tell me nothing. Nothing.
No, seriously, if you came up with a radio, I would. Yo, you probably would have been my best friend. I'm not gonna lie to you. Would have been balling on our bikes. Charles also laughing at me. Not Heelys, Maya. You had skates that you put on your shoes. Yeah, everyone's telling me. Okay, Roller Bays, Boston Famous says, "Oh, Charles, the skates." Jamal's coming here. My favorite childhood activity of mine was fishing off the rocks.
That
Fishing
was
off the
next
rocks.
on my list. That was next on my list. But Maya, I had both fishing off the rocks, and I actually, Jamal, got in a boat and went deep sea fishing. Definitely something that my dad taught us, and something that was really fun to do on a Sunday. We'll just go, nothing real technical at the time. You were just excited during that time just to catch something, it was just to feel the nibble, to feel that, just all of that feeling, cutting up the squid, trying to, not just the squid, but the bread, trying to stuck the
Mm-hmm.
bread on the,
Get it
and
on
then
the.
being met. Yep. And then get mad when it kind of breaks apart. You're like,
Yeah,
oh.
it just doesn't. Yeah, okay,
But
yeah.
yeah.
I did do that, so I'm not far off. I still fished off the rocks. Probably did it probably like 3 times, so I didn't do it as often. But it's a core memory when I did it with my Uncle Mal and my family one time. Ooh, it was somewhere in Quo, off the rocks in Quo, and it was, oh man, it was a time. I caught like 5 fish.
Oh, you go, Maya.
I know, I thought it was
But
real cute.
you are. Yeah, that is cool. I wonder where some of the audience favorite fishing spots are. That would be cool to know.
Oh, yes. Drop that in the comments. Where is a favorite? Because, like, where do people go to fish off the rocks now? Suzanne Ingham says, yes, Sherry, I remember those skates and putting them over my shoes. I used to use to skateboard down the road. Pedal bike all over the place. Skateboarding. Who did skateboard? I did that for a time. I did that for a time as well.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No. That wasn't my thing. Trying to balance on a board while it's
I
mm-mm.
wasn't good at it, but I did it for a time. But I did the flat ones. And then they came up with that one that had like this rod in the middle and then the 2 feet and you had to like wiggle or something to
No,
move.
ma'am.
I hated
I
that
was probably
invention.
in college then. But
Aisha Thompson
awesome.
says, not my calling water baseball. Okay, all right. Lawson and Famous said, I had the attached type skates. And Suzanne Ingham agrees to you, accent description, Sherry. And Bala John says, I think the roller skates had a key to adjust the size.
Manuela. Yes. It did.
It
Maya
did.
is all, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to find a picture for you, Maya, so you can just really have this visual. But yeah, it was cool. It
Please
was cool.
do. Please
Affordable.
do. WKD Lama says, getting on my bike and riding to the fishing spots. That's a core childhood
Yes.
memory, childhood activity for them. Wow. Jackie Eve says, Shy, was that a part of Troika Roadshow, the puppets?
I don't think so. I don't think Troika was even in existence. Jackie, this would have probably been in the early 80s, unless Troika was, and I didn't know about it, but I think this was in the 80s,
Mm.
early 80s.
No offense, but it was before your day, okay? Everyone's calling me out this morning. Love to hear it. Karen Simmons says, outside all day, riding, running, swimming, fishing, skateboarding, going to all the attractions in Bailey's Bay. So, yeah.
I
I'm
love
surprised
that.
people do skateboarding.
I love that because I think, if nothing else, childhood activities just evokes this nostalgia, right?
Mm.
This great feeling of nostalgia, and it takes you back to a good place, a fun place, and it'll be interesting to just even know how kids today, if they have that same feeling, because we really attach that feeling to being outside, being with our friends, interacting, and all of that good stuff, and it just brings you a good feeling overall, you know?
Mm-hmm. The days when like you didn't know too much and that was just enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Marquita Lee says fishing and swimming off the rocks. I was wondering if someone's going to mention that, like a little bit of cliff diving, things like that. Yeah, swimming off the rocks. That was a big one. I actually didn't do that much. I did not like jumping off of cliffs. I still don't.
Yeah, that's not my favorite thing to do. I love swimming, but jumping off the rocks wasn't necessarily. I mean, cliff diving because it's kind of two different things. But yeah,
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Definitely. Yeah. One is definitely not like the other. Charles
yeah.
H. Jeffers says catching lizards, riding a bike all over the island, fishing and swimming off the rocks all summer with friends. Did you catch lizards?
That was on my list. Making the little loop with piece of grass or something. The concentration was real, Maya, and the hand-eye coordination. That's how we kind of developed it back in the day because you had to be very still, but it was fun. You caught it, and then you just run around scaring people, and then you did. Most people, I don't know if Charles is part of that. Most people let the lizard go after the fact, but yeah, I definitely did that, and I'm sure some people in the audience did the same.
Oh, for sure. I definitely caught lizards. That took up a lot of part of my days during lunchtimes. I had to sign up for my school on that field.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was catching lizards. If it wasn't for football, I was catching lizards. We got some people from Instagram chiming in as well. Can't forget our friends over there.
Yeah.
Shaz Freestyle says hopscotch with the elastic bands and Oliver Twist with the tennis ball and a wall. Oliver Twist.
Yes. So what if I am correct in saying you stood against the wall, you put a tennis ball kind of in a sock and you kind of just hit it. I think I'm correct. And you just did this whole like combination of things. Hopscotch, definitely. That was again that balance, that coordination. I don't think we realized how much we were really playing to development at that time, right? But yeah,
Mm.
hopscotch was definitely something with I enjoyed hopscotch. Yeah.
I'm still trying to visually see the Oliver Twist, but okay. Thinking back
Yeah,
to hopscotch.
yeah. I hope they can explain it, and I hope that I was correct in saying that.
Another one from Instagram. Marix9194 says hide and seek with the neighborhood kids when it was dark.
Wow.
When it was
Yeah.
dark? Okay, I don't know if I go that far. I don't know if I was even allowed to be outside when it was dark. When the lights go off, I still had that rule in my house. Street
Well,
lights are off, better be back inside.
yeah, but it was, again, that feeling of trust in your neighborhood,
Mm,
that feeling of the neighbors still had an eye on you. So those are the things that are part of those, I think, childhood activities as well.
for sure. One that came to mind when they said hopscotch for me was Foursquare. I don't know if anyone here played Foursquare.
I've
No?
seen it, but
You've seen
yeah,
it?
no.
Yeah. That was a big thing. That was huge. That was huge in middle school for me. Karen Simmons says going to Up With People Roadshow in the parks.
Karen, everybody is on my list. Yes, we are up with people. Well, I did. We are people too, Karen. I think that's almost the kind of same thing. But I did. We are people too. And my mom put us in these shows. Let's give Mama P a clap for putting my sister and I in these activities to just kind of broaden our horizons. But I think I played a piece of corn in the whiz. I don't know why it was a corn, but nevertheless, it was something to keep us active, engaged, and so forth. But yeah, those things were real fun.
Suzanne Ingham goes close peg cards attached to spokes of the
Yes.
spikes of the wheel, spokes of the wheel. As the wheels turned, it made a noise. Oh, just playing outside. My skateboard was short and narrow. Okay, no, yeah. So just like the water bottle type of fact, like it just made a nice cool noise on the bike.
Yeah. I didn't get that fancy with it.
But you had your radio, so you
Right.
weren't worried about what we were trying to do to advance our bikes. Teodoro says going shopping for gently used toys in the dump. I know. No, yeah, I'm not even mad at that. So
I don't know about that, Teo, but I can see that happening. I
but
can
which
see
don't like
that happening.
What dump are we going to, Teo, to get these gently used toys? I'm curious. I'm curious. And Shika Reyna says making go-karts out of just about anything, old baby carriages, and taking them downhill, any hill.
Yeah. And I'm surprised Sheikah didn't say Don the Hill. Sheikah, if memory serves me correct, Sheikah lived on a hill, Maya. That probably wasn't one that she should be doing baby carriages and all that kind of stuff. But again, these are prior to helmets needed, knee pads needed, elbow pads needed, all types of pads. We did the thing. It might be some of the reason why, we're not all together in my generation differently, but because we took some risks. Yeah, we took some risks back then, like some serious risks.
Guys paved the way and like showed us what to do, what not to do.
Exactly.
I remember I never got to make a go-kart, but that's something that I always wanted to do. And my sisters and I remember we begged my mama for a just like why can't I remember? But like a red, you pull it along.
Wagon.
Wagon, thank you. Oh, the word just escaped me. But a red wagon so that we could like sit in it and go on the hill. Yeah, it didn't last long.
I think it was
a
called.
lot of dangerous things happened.
I think it was called a red flyer wagon. I think I could be wrong. I think I'm close.
Those are days. Okay, we're gonna do one more, and then we gotta bring Teo in for the news break. And we'll definitely come back to this discussion. Thank you everyone for tapping in. Again, share this conversation with someone you know really would enjoy it. We got Renee Simmons saying, "Me and my siblings used to slide off this hill near our home. It had cows and nothing but grass. It's crowded with homes now, but we used to take formica sheets,
Formica
sheets, and slide off that hill. It was fun."
Yeah, Formica sheets would be just some slippery type of sheeting.
All
if
right.
I can, Formica.
That is like I pictured in my head, and that is childhood memories fun. Like sliding down a hill on a sheet with your siblings. That is childhood memory fun. That is, I remember actually my sister used to put me on a sheet and like drag me through the house. You guys are bringing back core memories. Childhood memory fun. We love it, love it. Okay, we're definitely gonna revisit and continue talking about this discussion, but we gotta bring Teo Deal in for your daily news break. Good morning.
Morning, y'all. Thank you so much for the nostalgia bombs. I am feeling I'm back in 92.
Oh, wow.
Dump across from the National Dump back when it was it took up that field across from Victor Scott. And down there, they had different stacks of types of trash. So there were like all the newspapers in big cubes, and there were the thing that I'm thinking of down there, it's stacks of mattresses, right? So we guys would climb to the top of the stack of mattresses and jump off onto another stack of mattresses and jump off onto another stack of mattresses. Them things went about 15, 16 feet high. We would go home smelling like pee, but it was cool. It was worth it.
Because all in my mind, I'm just thinking like germs, Taya, germs.
Germs. I was 10. Rock solid immune system. You remember we guys used to eat that for fun. You know what I'm saying? It's solid.
Don't come in and hug me after that.
You sound like my mama. That's what she was saying. Leave me alone, smelly boy.
What we got in the news break this morning, Teo?
Well, I got to completely settle myself down because the first story in the news today is as horrifying as all the others that we have experienced recently. Another shooting has been confirmed to have taken place in Pembroke. According to a BPS release, shortly after 12:30 a.m. this morning, emergency responders were dispatched to a South Terrace Pembroke residence as a result of a report that a woman had suffered a gunshot wound. Once officers reached the home, they found the woman in question unresponsive, but still breathing. She was rushed to hospital for treatment for life-threatening injuries. An investigation is underway, and if you can help, reach out to DI Clifford Roberts on 717-0590 or C Roberts, the number 2 at bps.bm.
Okay.
Just another, that's, her
what do
family
you
is definitely
say?
in thoughts. Family and
Yeah.
friends
What
is
do you
lost, but
say?
that's a tragedy. That's tragic.
It's deeply painful, and hopefully she's okay. That's the only thing I can really wish for in this moment.
Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
In other news, one of the world's premier ratings agencies has reaffirmed Bermuda's economic outlook and bond stability. Now, this from a recently published report from Moody's, which affirmed our A2 bond ratings on the basis that by continued fiscal consolidation, it should gradually reduce our government's debt burden and underlines Bermuda's very strong institutional framework, strong external position, and very high per capita income, keeping our credit strength secure. Now, with that said, Premier and Finance Minister David Burt responded and celebrated the news, saying it reflects, quote, positively on Bermuda and the fiscal management approach being taken to shape our country's direction. Now, these ratings reports are issued a couple times a year, and the government always makes a really big fuss about the good ones. This is as much for you or me as it is for you, improving our understanding of exactly why the government makes a big fuss about these ratings agency reports. I found a short explainer about what these agencies do and what makes Moody's confidence in Bermuda so important to our international economic standing.
Criteria, the 5 factors they look at when assigning what's called a credit score for sovereign debt. They're each rated on a scale of 1 to 6 and create a political and economic profile and also a flexibility and performance profile of what is happening in a country. So why do these credit agencies matter, Kira? Who listens to them? Obviously, we're all listening to them right now. They're closely watched by investors and leaders around the world, Kira, for their judgments on debt investments. For governments, the rating agencies have an awful lot of power over the interest rates on the bonds that they can sell to investors. The safest bets pay the lowest interest.
So hopefully we have a better understanding now. Like, these ratings agencies reports can make or break our ability to borrow money at favorable rates. And you just do business, be a trusted or entity on the international stage.
Okay. Yeah, that was my first thought. I guess it's for us to be in a good position where we're able to borrow money, basically, and continue on with different financial agreements. All right, great.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Thank you, Taylor.
You're very welcome. I want to be as useful as possible. In other news, it turns out there are some boat burglars out here making thefts out on the water. The BPS is calling for community support in reporting anybody acting suspiciously near moored boats or any shisty-looking secondhand marine equipment after a number of thefts from boats have been confirmed recently. They've been reported from vessels moored in St. George's, Smith's, and along Harbor Road in Paget. The BPS encourages boat owners to take sensible precautions with onboard valuables and to secure their punts to permanent objects with good quality food and padlocks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, if you have a boat, make sure you take pictures of all your belongings too, in case something happens. Know your serial numbers, all of that.
You got it. And it's the kind of thing, like, I would never think that, like, under the cover of darkness, some dude's out there with a rowboat with like a mini fridge and a TV paddling furiously to get away in the evening. Like, it must look so ridiculous. Like, these are not cool criminals. Stop it. Y'all suck.
It would be me, Teo, as clumsy as I am. I would capsize and everything. And
that's what I'm saying. Like, your margin for error is narrow, right?
Taking on water and be like, this was a bad idea.
I can picture it now. In other news, one of Bermuda's leading insurance companies has promoted a Bermudian to a key leadership position. Noel Pearman has been confirmed as AXA XL's chief underwriting officer here on the island, with responsibility for leading the local insurance business, developing and executing the underwriting and distribution strategy, while collaborating with the other America's underwriting business leaders. Mr. Pearman earned the spot based on nearly a quarter century of industry experience in a whole bunch of key roles. So props due to Mr. Noel Pearman.
Congratulations to him, for sure.
The brain power for something like that, congratulations. Hello.
Yeah. And it's always wonderful to see somebody that is of this place occupying spaces like that. It just made me smile reading that story. Now, as far as the weather is concerned, this weekend should be perfect for a beach picnic, or as many as you can fit in. Once we get through today's mix of sun and cloud and patches of rain, once we hit Saturday, high pressure moving to the east will cause moderate southwesterly winds to build in, pushing the clouds out and blowing increasingly warm and humid air into our airspace. So just a suggestion. If you're getting your hair done this afternoon, you might not be able to enjoy it for as long as were hoping for. You know what I'm saying? Poof, it's coming. Maya,
Appreciate you.
you know what I mean? I'm just looking at you. After about 15 minutes, you get about 4 inches more volume out here with this humidity, I think.
Thank
The
you for
bigger the
being
better
in
for me.
tune. Yeah.
The bigger the better.
Thank you for being in tune, Teo. I mean, thank you. It's so appreciated.
You're very grateful. I have loved too many Black women to not understand the curse of the humidity spikes.
It is not flat press season. Yes, indeed. Indeed.
Right. So, all good.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the news break, Teo.
I appreciate y'all very much.
Enjoy your weekend.
I will. Y'all too. Thanks
All
again.
right.
Happy to see you.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the days of the year.
Indeed.
So, what I have for today is I have a couple of them, but I'm just going to go through them real quick. We have National Chocolate Ice Cream Day, one of my favorite things. A little throwback for us is National VCR Day. Hello. And then we have National Donut Day, and I want the audience to let us know what is one of their favorite donuts to eat.
Ooh, yes.
What's your favorite, Maya?
You're asking me. My favorite donut to eat. It's been a minute since I had a donut, if I'm being honest with you. But if I had to think back on something that like really made me like smile, I guess it would be the regular like donut with the vanilla icing and the sprinkles and the rainbow sprinkles on top.
Okay.
Just because like visually that used to be a thing. Like I used to love looking at those.
The Marketplace special. Like you walk in the Marketplace bakery, it's the first donut you see. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm an apple fritter kind of girl.
Oh,
You
went
those are
left,
really good.
but I'm impressed. That's super dope. To be honest with you, it's hard to find good apple fritters in Bermuda. Like,
Yeah.
can you give us a recommendation, like where we should go to get apple fritters?
Marketplace.
Oh no,
No.
I don't like their apple fritters.
Okay. All right. Well,
they're-
we'll
they're-
move on.
Yeah.
Let me
move
happy
on.
with apple fritters, Teo, man.
No, I love their donuts, but like good apple fritters are so dope, and the Marketplace ones are fine. They get like soggy quick, and you don't get that like crunch squish
Yeah.
that you want.
Marshall says glazed Krispy Kreme is the only right answer. Okay, Marshall.
Okay. All right, Lar. Well, yeah.
Mhm.
So we look forward to seeing other comments as well. So
Definitely, indeed. All right, so thank you, Teo, again for the news break. We're gonna swing it over to a commercial when we come back, and we'll bring it back with more Friday Fun Day brought to you by the great friends at Mailboxes. Remember, you can go on the website, register for some membership on our behalf. So we'll be right back.
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose People's, so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it People's, I call it my one-stop shop in the city. People's, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Wake up in the morning with enough coffee to keep you running throughout the entire day. Your pet at home deserves the best. Stock up on dog food to keep your puppy happy. Need a quick tasty lunch at home? Your chicken nuggets will be jumping right out of the freezer. What's a movie night without popcorn? You can never have too much. Lindo's Next Level. Why go anyplace else?
It took 14 days to build your business plan. 6 months to build the courage to leave your day job. 3 weeks to find the perfect location. It took 10 days to outfit your space just right. And 1 day before your first client walked in the door. All totaled, it took you a full year to get your business operational. And this is just the beginning. To the entrepreneurs, the risk takers, the people that shape our economic community, we salute you and are here for you every step of the way. BEDC, providing knowledgeable, progressive, professional, and innovative support to Bermuda businesses.
Summer is almost here. Dive into the season with dog floats and dog pools. Enjoy 20% off West Pola's dog floating toys and shop our life jackets for safety in the water this summer. Get all your summer needs before the holidays and events begin. Don't forget to stock up on poo bags and check out Dicky Bags, the poo bag holder that locks in the smell until you can dispose of it. Remember, even dogs need sunblock, so visit Noah's Ark today, Bermuda's most trusted animal supply store for all your summer essentials, and ask us about our rewards program.
All right, welcome back to the big show. I'm Maya Palacio, she's Sherry Vanderpool, and it's the Daily Hour brought to you by BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. Don't forget to subscribe on our website and follow us on all our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on and help us go beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. What a great conversation this morning, isn't it, Sherry?
It is a great conversation. Again, it gives you all the feels.
Definitely. We got some responses still to your donut question. I got some people over on Instagram. City Town Choir BDA says original jelly donut. Original jelly donut being the fave.
Okay.
And then Marix9194 says donut house.
And let's not forget what was around the curve. Cake Chop. That was basically a good childhood memory for myself. Donut Hills, they had like the best Donut Hills back then that came in a little brown bag. And again, I remember my dad saying, here you go, in the backseat of the car. But yeah, their Donut Hills were the best.
Suzanne Ingham says, donuts, yes, apple fritters. You can make your own too. Go back to his comment there, bottom. But yeah, okay, apple fritters getting a shout out again.
Oh,
All right, so
nice.
back to the big question of this morning is, what is your favorite childhood activities from growing up in Bermuda? Again, brought to you by our great friends at Mailboxes. You go to the website and register for some free membership on behalf of us as well. Go back to some of the earlier comments up here. It's so many I have to scroll back right now. Okay, leaving off on Angeline Butler. You want to take this one, Sherry?
How many memories of going to cup match or cricket games, period, on a Sunday afternoon with your homemade bubbles for entertainment at cup match? Oh, Angeline, yes. I remember, I would say the homemade bubbles more so than going to cricket games on a Sunday when I was kind of younger, and cup match definitely. But do you know what the homemade bubbles mixture is?
Like water and then like Joy dish soap or something. And then...
You go, Maya. Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
I remember doing it a couple of times. I was mad young though. I was like, that's all that was in there, right? Yeah. Manuela says, it was a great part of childhood to be able to go to any neighborhood to play as long as you were home before supper and nobody reported any bad behavior. You were good to go.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what we talked about a little bit earlier, right? Just having that safety and security and your family and your parents just trusted you doing what you were, which was to go and play, and other, parents definitely looked out for you. So it was great.
Yeah. Real. Tanya Cheeseman says, playing cricket in your neighborhood road, climbing trees, just being outside and stuck up being outside and stuck up in the house.
Yeah. What did cricket in the streets? Do you remember what that looks like?
I recall like in our neighborhood roads, we like play either one bounce, one touch. I don't remember playing cricket too much, but I remember having to like pick up the ball quickly if like a car was coming through and we had to let them pass. And it'd be like, afternoon. As they go fast over holding the ball, just waiting for their own text to continue the games.
So back then, and probably now, someone would turn over a trash can and that was your wickets, and somebody would stand in front of it to go ahead and bowl. So those were great times. And again, great activities.
Another question for the audience, I guess a yes or no question, really. Do you see young people in Bermuda out in the neighborhoods playing like you used to back in the day? Yes or no? Do you see young people out in the neighborhoods playing like you used to? Yes or no?
So I'm going to say no, simply because I'm not in Bermuda as much to recall that. I would say here in Georgia, I see a little bit of it. So I feel like going outside is kind of making a comeback. Kind of, you know. That sounds weird,
Jumping
right?
outside, making a
It
comeback.
was,
It does sound. It sounds so funny. It does. Yeah.
yeah. It wasn't until you started laughing, like that does sound weird. Like,
Going outside is making a comeback.
yeah.
Oh, hopefully it changes because of the summer weather, right? So let's hope for that. City Town Choir on Instagram says, as kids catching bees in an old mayonnaise jar.
Mayonnaise or a bluebell flower. That was my on my list over here. They used to, or in a hibiscus as well. Used to be in there, and then you just grab it up and you hear it all buzzing. You're like, ah, not realizing like if you're allergic, if anything, like still a lot of things that could have happened. But I do remember that.
Okay, that's a new one for me. Nope, I have not heard that. Okay, so to that yes on the question, Karen Simmons says no. Tanya Cheeseman says in mine, yes.
Yes.
Angeline Butler says yes. Okay, love to hear it. Suzanne Ingham, so she says yes to the bees. Renee Simmons says, I see some kids popping wheelies. Whenever I'm back in Bermuda, I do see some children like on the roads on their paddle bikes recently. Before it was a gap that I didn't see any though, and now I
Yeah.
do see a lot more often whenever I am home. So that was I've been.
And I would say more summertime, you'll see a lot of kids going to the docks and jumping off the rocks and doing those kind of things on their bikes. And that was fun. After you're swimming for the day, then you got to ride back in wet clothes on your bike. It was a whole thing, Maya.
I recall, I know you're gonna embarrass yourself, but I recall like even moments when I'm like in my jeans still, and I'd still jump over the docks and go in the water. Because it's just
Yes.
like, it's summer and you're going to go home anyway and take a shower. Charles H. Jeffers says, I see little kids, but not middle schoolers and high schoolers playing outside. I feel
Yeah.
like that's generational.
No, because yes, it can be generational. I just feel like there was a time where there was no separation in that. You saw all the kids outside. Now, what they may have been doing may have looked a little bit different, but everyone was outside doing something. You might have had the older kids playing soccer, cricket, and so forth. You might have had the younger kids on the playground swinging in monkey bars. You might have had that middle doing marbles. Who remembers marbles? Yeah, marbles wasn't just an Easter thing at that time. So you might have had those generational differences, but it would have been in regards to, I think, play back
And
then.
everyone was outside.
Yes, yes.
Bring back, what was that? What year would that be? Bring back 1990 outside time?
Close to it, yeah.
Something to it.
Yeah.
Suzanne Ingham says, yes, climbing the barrels and jumping off into current at Gibbets Bay, which was public before the police nabbed it.
Oh, do you remember that, Maya, or did anything similar to that?
I can't recall.
Okay,
Climbing
okay.
the barrel and jumping off into the current. No, I don't think I jump into a current.
Girl, I just hear Marjorie's voice. No.
No, thank you.
No,
No,
that's
ma'am.
not what we do.
Makita Lee says hide and seek, and I say,
Yeah, hide and seek was a good thing. And again, it was a great activity with your friends. Like you just get to run around and you get to be funny and you get to find some cool hiding spots and you get to think and strategize and all of that good stuff. Like it is, of course, at this age, you understand some of what the activities were supposed to do for you. And so, yeah, I did like a little hide and seek sometimes.
Sometimes. Oh, you guys are really engaged in this discussion. I love it. Nika Place says, Peace says, being outside, chasing, tag, hide and seek again in the dark. Another one from Angeline Butler says, okay, playing 7-Up with the tennis ball before school started during recess, etc. What is 7-Up?
Oh, Angeline, explain a little bit more because I feel like I'm going to do the wrong explanation. And no, I do. But yeah, I was
you're gonna have to explain it.
With a tennis ball because I'm at Duck Duck Goose in my mind, but that's not what it was.
7-Up. Got to figure out what it is.
Yeah,
Charles H. Jaffa says, I'm ashamed to say we didn't let the lizards go, making them fight in a box.
Charles.
Charles.
Well,
You should have left that one in the drafts, Charles. How dare you?
yeah, I don't even know what to say for that comment, but okay.
Uh, oh
Good
man.
stuff,
Okay.
Charles.
Teo catching the. Oh man. I don't even.
Managars?
He put it as spelling, so I don't even know how to pronounce that one. But until the Great Lizard Massacre of '92, his got. Yeah, I hope it's still around to explain that. But like, Suzanne Ingram says,
Okay.
"Yes, Shay. The sick and the ball. Oh, the sock and the ball. I think I love that. You are correct. I love climbing trees, swinging in the tire tied to the tree. Oh my dear, that is a memory. Tires tied to
Yeah.
trees. Yeah, that is a memory. Oh man. Okay, yeah, I love these. Thank you guys for engaging. This is really bringing back some really good nostalgia. Angeline Butler also says being towed on a pedal bike, sitting sideways on the bar in front of the rider. I hated that.
Really?
I hated that. I did not like being on the top of the bars. Nope.
I
Nope.
just thought you had so much skill when you were able to do that, like the balance, the skill, and just making sure. Now, when you try to put like 3 people on, it was like you was doing too much. But just you and somebody else, like I felt like if you were able to do that, that was your friend, Maya. Like that was, it was a lot of trust you put in that person. That was your friend. Yeah.
You want to take this one from Rashida?
I like making money, so I enjoyed working during the summer. As a kid, my first job at 12 years old was at Mr. Twist, the famous ice cream store. Yes, Rashida. I loved Mr. Twist. Again, another great memory with my father on a Sunday, picking my sister and I up and going to get, and I always got either chocolate or vanilla with the hard dip. So like to know anybody else's favorite ice cream from Mr. Twist, but yeah, I love that. And I like that you was even trying to find something to do with your time creatively and make some money. I don't blame you.
Want to take Suzanne?
Yes, the only dump I know of back then was the Pembroke dump. I made a go-kart and go off my granny's grassy cliff and turn just before colliding with the traffic on the road. Okay. Ain't knit that, not that much traffic back then. Wow, Suzanne. Okay.
Oh, man. Wow. Okay, Charles actually responded to that too. He says Pond Hill in Glebe Road and was called that because the dump pond was right there. This is before Tynes Bay. Pond dogs are the people who lived in the area who could see and smell the dump or pond.
You just said that too perfect. It's pond dogs, Maya, not pond dogs.
Oh,
it's pond dogs.
I'm just gonna dismiss it, and she's gonna bring that up for the rest of the day. I promise you this. I promise you this. Suzanne Ingham says, my great aunt had a secondhand furniture shop, and my friend and I would go to town and visit her, climbing all over the furniture. It was a maze and an adventure. We loved it. We knew how to amuse ourselves playing. We were normal kids, life and imaginative play. Wow, you guys are really bringing back some sweet memories here.
Do you know what that reminds me of, Maya? And I'm sure that the audience can relate to it. Making a Ford. Like back in it, you just would make a Ford. It would drive your parents crazy that you've put up sheets, blankets, and you had a whole visual of what it really looks like to you. And you and your friends were just like amazed. But yeah, making Fords, that was the coolest thing. You're trying to do a clothes peg here, tuck something here, a pull here.
Definitely. Oh man, yeah, building a fort. That was that was some good time. That was some good times. Okay, then we're gonna throw it to one more commercial. Thank you so much for engaging everyone. Like this has been like my heart feels full because it's just so nice to get these type of discussions. Go through to one more commercial break and then we'll come back for your daily play.
The Mailboxes team aren't just employees of Bermuda's Best Shipping Company. They're also your neighbors, and neighbors help each other.
Where my childhood was found.
take a look at our workwear for construction workers and tradesmen. Durable, stretchable in all the right places and plenty of options for tools and accessories. Pair with our wide range of tough and comfortable footwear, you can't go wrong. As you can see, Medical House really is a one-stop shop for everybody. We can't wait to see you.
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
All right, welcome back everyone to the show. So it's time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. You can follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. All right, so I guess I got to be ready for this one, Sherry, because you got the question from me.
I know, and I feel like you're going to get it. But before they was Destiny's Child, what were they known as?
Oh man, don't do this to me because I know it. It's just not the House of Darion?
No.
No? Okay, before they had Destiny's Child, what were they known as? I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it. Oh, I feel awful. Okay,
Got it.
Okay,
Got it.
Someone got it in the comments?
Yep, they did. NTS. That's who
Girl?
showed up first on my end.
Yeah, I do see that too. Girl time?
Yeah, he spelled time wrong, but it's Tyme, but yeah.
Tyme. I did not know that. Because even when people answered, I was like, I don't know which one's the answer. Because I do not know that.
Yeah, I definitely thought that you would have got that, especially when you said like you're really good with music in that sense. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
she's gonna get this.
The older music. I'm like, even Destiny's Child to me is like still kind of new. I'm an old
Really?
soul. Yeah, I'm good with the older lot.
Okay, all right.
Give me some
Well,
way
I
back
got
cookies.
you.
You did get me. Incredibly so you got me. All right, so it is Friday. So there is going to be a prize today, but we're going to do a hashtag giveaway for this one. So I'm just going to look at everyone else's comments there, but Shawnette Powell's at SWV.
Shawnette.
Suzanne says, who is Daphne?
No.
Was that the answer to the okay, I think Stacey Ann Brown got the correct spelling for you.
Yes.
Girl
yes.
time. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
All right. Awesome. All right, so let's do a prize for today. So it's gonna be hashtag the daily hour. So hashtag the daily hour, everyone, for a chance to win a prize today. So throw in your hashtags and we'll run it up on the clock. Sherry, I guess while everyone's doing that, you could just give us a little breakdown how you felt about today's discussion.
As I mentioned, I think throughout this discussion that just the childhood activities evoke childhood memories, which then again give you that good nostalgia feeling. And I just hope that everyone still gets that feeling. And I hope that it could kind of transcend into the children of today, and that it moves more out of, bedrooms and houses, and that children can just interact with each other face to face. So I think it was a great discussion. I love how everyone chipped in and brought up things that, again, gave me just a good feeling for this Friday Fun Day.
Honestly, yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, so get your hashtags in, everyone. What made me think a lot about today's discussion is like, some things I don't know about these games, and I want to learn new games. So the old games back in the day, bring them back, because the younger lot can't really know them or be a part of them if we don't ever hear about them. So definitely bring them back. Next family get together, whatever this game is with the tennis ball in the sock, it sounds a little bit dangerous, but I really want to know what that's about. I really want to know. All right, let's do this hashtag the daily hour, and let's see who's going to win our prize today. Let's roll it.
Okay. Awesome.
Pamela Way, congratulations to you. You can email engage@thedailyhour.com. Engage@thedailyhour.com to see what prize you are winning for today. Again, everyone, this was such a good conversation. It really has me in all the feelings right now. As Shari did mention earlier, like it's just good to get that nostalgia back. Like it feels good.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about. Friday Fun Days, brought to you by Mailboxes. Remember that you can go on the website, mailboxes.bm/the daily hour / and you can register for a membership, a tier-free membership. So definitely get on that, do that. We thank them for this partnership as well. And it's just been, it's been such a great Friday. So let's close up with some daily inspiration for us, Shari. What we got?
And before that, I want to say a special happy birthday to my cousin Michelle Bean. I just saw her in the comments, so nice to see her here. I won't tell her age for her. um,
that's
right,
cute.
cousin Michelle. She got a birthday song and all. So I love that. I love that. But our daily inspiration is one may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. And that's Maya Angelou. And we've probably heard that quote before, Maya, but it is always good to hear it again. You know, sometimes we need that. So happy Friday to everyone.
Happy Friday, yes. And don't forget to subscribe to our website and follow us on all our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Linda's, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we're able to bring this to you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us a part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back again on Monday Monday's show. I'm Maya Palacio. She's Shari Vanderpool. And please drive safely, Bermuda.